Today, we're gonna build a 6x5 27-gallon tote storage rack in that shipping container. We decided to build one of these because space still matters. Although that looks pretty big, we've got to partition it because we have a lot of different projects on this land and a lot more to come. So you'll be seeing some of that. These storage racks are excellent because if you need the bottom tote, instead of having to lift all the ones from the top off, all you do is slide it out. Each one slides independently, and it's very easy to stay organized, and you don't have to think twice about going into a tote. It's really wonderful, it's very effective, and I think everyone should have one of these in their garage.
Things first though, supplies. For this 27-gallon Home Depot tote rack, we will need 12 10-foot 2x4s, 22 8-foot 2x2s, 4 12-foot 2x4s, 4 8-foot 2x4s, 3 pounds of 2.5-inch deck screws, 30 27-gallon totes. Don't worry, I'll place this all in the video description. Casters are optional. I got mine on Amazon. They've got a nice variety and they're pretty inexpensive. I can't stress the importance of getting straight wood. Lay all your cuts of wood on the ground and make sure that they're not bowing or warping or this and that. It really makes building structures like this difficult. I highly recommend getting a miter saw too, if you don't already have one. It's a must for repetitive, accurate cuts. This whole build is essentially like making a bunch of ladders. You have the rungs, the parts that you grab, and then the poles, the long parts. Let's start with the rungs. Take your 8-foot 2x2s and cut them into 30-inch sections. You'll have scrap from this, and you're gonna end up with 66. Cut 1 to 4 at a time, depending upon your skill set and tools available. You can use a handsaw if you're brave. Next, let's start making our poles. Get your 10-foot 2x4s. Mark a B at the bottom and then make your first marking at 15 inches. These marks are where the rungs will attach to. And beneath each mark, draw an X to signify what side of the line the rung will attach to. Each mark after that will be 16.5 inches apart after the first mark. Your next mark after that will be 31.5 inches, then 48 inches, (64.5 inches), then 81 inches. If you want 5 high, make your last mark at 82.5 and then cut the board after that. For 6 high, your last line will be 97.5 and then mark the board off at 100.5 and cut the rest. Now comes the fun part. Time to assemble. Once you have the poles marked and cut to size, lay 2 of them down parallel about 30 inches apart. Then get 6 of your rungs and lay them on the marks you made. You will make 2 ladders with rungs on one side and 4 ladders with rungs on both. Once you are done with one side, just flip it over and do the same thing. You can either measure both sides of the poles or eye it. I chose to eye it. Just make sure these rungs and poles are as square as possible as you screw them in. Also make sure whatever you are building it on is flat. I had to work on a relative's concrete pad because my land is, well, you'll see soon enough.
It's real hot today. The phone even shut off. I gotta keep pressing on, so we're at it.
Once I finished all 6 ladders, I loaded them up to where I'd be assembling the rack. All right, how are we gonna do this? Next, I encounter a major mess up. If you don't care, skip to. If you want a decent laugh, just stay with me.
So we ran into a major snag today. We measured everything to have the bottom supports top supports, and have it on casters in case we want to move it and slide the system around. We wanted 6 of these high. The problem is there's absolutely no room to build it. I can't get the screw gun under it. I can't get a wrench under it. It's literally snug and fit perfectly. So with that being said, we're gonna cut the top section off and just flatten it off with some particle board and turn it into a 5 plus a shelf. So that's kind of what we're gonna have to do to build it inside of this space. I can't lay it down. I've tried all these configurations. I'm sure someone of you guys could figure out how to do it, but I can't, and I wanna build this thing today. So time to reconfig.
You may be wondering why I gave plans for 5 tote setup. Well, this is why. I had to take one section off in order for it to fit in the container. Not to mention the entrance of the container is shorter than on the inside. Oof. I wanted 6 high, but oh well. So here I am remeasuring the setup and sawing off the tops of the ladders I just made. Once you have all your ladders already, grab a friend or some good clamps. This part is very important because it must be square and set up properly or the totes won't fit, or they may just fall out. As long as you line them up on your measurements, you should be fine. Line the supports up with the feet and the ladders and lag 2 screws in them. Set as many as you can on one side, then move to the opposite side, so top to bottom. As possible. A way you can check that is measure from one opposite corner to the other, get a measurement, and then measure from the opposite corner and get another measurement. So top left to bottom right, bottom left to top right. Those are the measurements you want, and they should be exactly the same. Once you have attached all 4 supports to your ladders, you may then lift the structure up and behold its glory.
Heavy.
It's going to be heavy, so be careful.
Am I out of frame?
No.
Next, I screwed on my casters. I chose to apply 8 so the structure wouldn't warp under load. Here we are, not trying to gunk up the casters, and well, how else would we move it in?
Ready?
Go.
Lift.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm a little twiggy.
Damn, she's heavy.
So heavy.
Today is brought to you by H. Go. We're gonna lift up on it.
Up on it.
I would lift from the bottom. All right, butter. Ready, go. Okay. Now it's time to put it in.
I got a splinter.
Splinter.
It's okay.
Also, those 4 8-foot 4x4s are for optional support. They'd mount to the back either horizontal or angular, and they just add to the rigidity of the structure. Tons of fun projects are coming our way, so subscribe if you want to follow us, learn something, hopefully, or just have a good time as we all grow. Thanks again. See you next week.
6. There you got it. 6x5 in a shipping container. Boom. So it was 6. We didn't lie.